Before we begin, to all my returning viewers, I'm always grateful for you. Many thanks for the years of support. To any newcomers and lurkers that are watching this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, feel free to subscribe. There's no memberships here, no Patreons, no Toy Store sponsorships. I only make videos of things that I like. Now, in this day and age of social media, unfortunately, numbers matter. The more likes a video gets, the more subs you pull in, the better chance your video is seen by everyone. And that's the goal here. So if you can help me out with tapping a few buttons, it mean the world to me. Thanks so much, y'all. I put some good work in this video. I hope you enjoy. What's up, y'all? This is Just Jay Hernandez, and today we're going to be taking a look at Marvel Legends Gamerverse Psylocke. And I guess we'll go ahead and take a look at Thanos, too. Here we go. Alright, so today in the house, we're going to be taking a look at Marvel Legends Gamerverse Psylocke. A figure I and a whole bunch of other collectors have been waiting for a bit. And we'll also take a quick, really quick, fast, quick, super quick look at this little Thanos accessory she came with. Anyway, so, Psylocke. I was lucky enough to score this 2-pack early from an overseas seller, my man Krauser. And speaking of 2-packs, when we all saw that leak list this past year with Marvel vs. Capcom homage 2-packs on it, I was like, this has to be fan-made. There's no way these could all be real. And when you frickin' know, they were thankfully very, very real. Wolvie, Cap, Juggernaut, they all look outstanding. Can't wait to own them all. And to add to all that, this time last year, when Warbird came out, I plopped the Psylocke 275 head on it, gave it a sword, and said, we gotta have this, we gotta have this, we have to have this. And wouldn't you know, a year later, by the grace of the toy gods, here it is. Absolutely gorgeous figure in person. The folks at Legends did a tremendous job. She represents beautifully, but it's not without its issues. Anyway, before we get into all that, quick scale. As you can see, Betsy being about 5'11", I'd say it sizes up pretty well. All right, y'all, let's chit-chat more figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at Psylocke in The Void. All right, so starting from top to toe. Yeah, y'all. Dig what we've got going on here with both head sculpts. A neutral head sculpt definitely has a bit of a comic feel to it, but also just a passing resemblance to Olivia Munn as well. I really do think she's got just a smidge of that going on. Am I crazy? I mean, it does, or maybe not. Let me know down in the comments if you think I'm on the money or if I'm just freaking delusional. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, I dig the neutral expression. I love the gritted teeth head as well. Now, some folks been saying they don't like it, and I get it. Sometimes heads with any type of expression, yeah, I know that they're not for everybody. But for me, they do work very, very well for attack poses and her ever classic, friggin' iconic Marvel vs. Capcom stance. Now, when it comes to Sculpt, this is what surprised me the most. Like, for real, y'all. I was expecting a lot of reuse and painted details on top of already existing molds, but nah, y'all. We've got some good new stuff here. So much new stuff. It's amazing. New torso, new arms, new legs, new hands, new... Oh my god. Dwight Stahl. You dog. Yeah, y'all. I've never really been one to draw too much attention to a figure's attributes, as it were, but I'll say this, and I'll leave it at that. The design team stayed as close to accurate as they could on Psylocke's physique here, and given that this is a Legends figure, I tip my hat to them. They did a great job in keeping with Psylocke's overall build and aesthetic. So much so that it's got me quoting old Chappelle's show. My God, Bill, look at all that meat. It's superfluous. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, y'all, they did a lovely job in giving us all the Psylocke we deserve. It's a fan favorite, so you know we'd be hearing from folks if we got any less. Just for a quick comparison with some of the newer ladies we've received these last couple of years, as you can see, fairly different in size, definitely a lot more classic Moonstone-ish, if you will. As for paint, I'll say this. It is what it is. Since I've started making videos about 5-6 years ago, I've always said Hasbro's factory paint is always a crapshoot. Either you're going to get some good stuff, you're going to get a nightmare in QC, or you're going to break even. Happy to say here, nothing too bad, fairly middle of the road, which for Hasbro, I'll consider a win. Truth be told too, I was expecting more of a mess on the thighs and biceps around the sculpted wraps, but nah, y'all. For the most part, they're looking very clean. I guess my biggest observation here is Hasbro's consistent problem in color matching paint to plastic. You may or may not be able to see under all these lights, but the flesh tones on the torso aren't a perfect match to what we've got going on with the arms and the legs. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but I'd be remiss not to point it out. Other than that, yeah, y'all, dig what we got going on here. Accessories. Not too much, not too little. We'll check those out and do a quick posing session now.
And now for our feature presentation.
So, yeah, comes with a good amount of hands. But in that, I'm not sure if she comes with the right sets of hands. It's kind of the same critique I had with Miles. We've got variety, but it's not the most practical selection. It's cool that we have two gesturing hands to recreate the Marvel vs. Capcom stance. But yeah, I would have loved another gripping hand to double wield katanas, or two fists for some proper put up your Frank Dukes. As for effect pieces, I couldn't be happier. If these look super impressive to you on screen, it's because they are. They are probably some of the prettiest effect pieces Hasbro has made in a bit. More of this, Legends, please and thank you. As you've probably noticed, I have been using some katanas for my Psylocke. The one that she actually has in her hand, is from Spiral. And the other one she's been using is from Psylocke 275. And as you can see, she has a wonderful head sculpt. Unfortunately, for both Psylocks, they are two totally different skin tones. As for articulation, yeah man, I can dig it. I put up a huge photo set just showcasing articulation on my Instagram. My one big critique with this one, again, another consistent note I have for the folks at Legends, can we please find some type of remedy for I can't look up-itis? There's a lot this figure can do, but there's a bit that she can't do. And at the top of that list, it's looking up. Also, while I'm on wishlist stuff, I'd love them to start implementing drop downs of some sort for some of their ladies, just so we don't have to chew up the plastic as much on their thighs. Either that or start looking into softer pelvis pieces. Anyway though, there's still some really good stuff going on here, fairly good forward mobility. We'll see if X Scorpio has any mods coming for this one. Butterflies are nice and deep. Once you start seeing the gap, you know they're back as far as they can go, which is good. And most hands are on vertical hinges, which helps for swordplay and combat poses. Also, yes, I haven't forgotten. I promised to look at Thanos. So, here's Thanos. Here's Thanos. With old Thanos. Both are good. Any questions? Good. Anyway, with all of that behind us, thank goodness, let's go ahead and take a look at the points of articulation on Psylocke. Alright, so with articulation behind us, let's go ahead and take a look at scale. Now, scale has always been very important to me. Aside from articulation, one thing I want to know is how does something look and size up with the rest of my stuff? Let's go ahead and find out. Alright, so first up, here's how she scales with a couple of iterations of herself. We have 275, and we also have Lady Mandarin. I do not own any other iterations of Psylocke. I do not have the Mafex. I do not have any other Legends Psylocke aside from these two. And here's how she scales with a few other X-Men. And here's how she scales with a few X-Baddies. And here she is with Marvel ladies of all shapes and sizes. And here she is with a few more Marvel vs. Capcom combatants. And of course, gotta throw some love to Jada. And last, but certainly not least, here's how she scales with Deadpool, Black Awesome Spider-Man. Alright, y'all, so that is basically all I've got for today. In closing, love what we got going on here. Incredibly happy that we're looking at a lot of new on this Psylocke figure. And seeing that we've got so much stuff we've never seen before here, there's no way this figure's a one and done. We will totally be seeing her later. I bet cash money on it. We'd probably see pieces of this used for an Elektra later on if Hasbro chose to do so. For those of you all who missed this 2-pack on Target, keep your eyes open, download the app, and follow Preternia on Twitter and Instagram. Dude is on the ball when things pop back in stock. And given the number of releases we've seen with an Afterlife after pre-orders initially sell out, it's worth your time to keep on top of his updates. I'll put a link to his page down in the description below. But yeah, y'all, that said, this is a great figure. One of the best Legends this year so far. And if she's on your radar, I hope you're able to score one. And with that said, we are going to go ahead and sign off. Respect yourself, respect those around you. We will go ahead and check you later. And as always, stay frosty.